Hey everyone, OKCoyote here. Welcome to my Magic the Gathering December Pack-A-Day Challenge for December 28th. Today's pack is the Mystery Booster. So if you don't know what it is I'm doing here, if you're unfamiliar with this series, I am opening a pack of Magic the Gathering every day in December, 31 days, 31 different packs. The first 24 were random. The last 7 were specifically chosen by me because I'm having a little fun in the last few days of the year. So today's pack, as I said, is the Mystery Booster. These are, well, they could be anything. They could even be a boat. No, this was a set with, it's all reprints, and they're all in their original card frames of whatever set they decided to reprint from. Even some old stuff, like going back to the beginning. They could be from anywhere. There are something like 1,400 cards in this set. It's crazy. And the way it works is like every slot is drawn off of a separate sheet. So there's like 121 possibilities for each slot in the pack. And which means you could, even like they're all the same rarity, but it means that you could theoretically you don't really have commons. You just have this sheet, this sheet, this sheet. So you could effectively open an entire box of these and never get a duplicate. It's possible. Anyway, so yeah, there's the chance of multiple rares. There's the chance of multiple foils. No, there's not. No, in this booster, I think the last slot is always a foil. There's another version of this, and those cards, the foils have their own sheet, and all those cards that show up as foils are different from anything in the rest of the pack. So to make things even more interesting. There's another version of the Mystery Booster called the Convention Edition, where instead of a foil, you have a playtest card. That's another whole can of worms, and I don't have one of those packs. So this is the store edition, or the game store. I don't know what it's called, but the Wizards Play Network editions. This is the regular Mystery Booster. Anyway, we don't know what's in this set because there could be anything. There's 1,400 cards in this set. Anything could be in this pack. So we're going to find out what's in this pack together. Let's get into it. So I'm pretty sure that it starts with like 2 white cards, 2 blue, 2 black, 2 red, etc. And like those first few cards could be common or uncommon. Something like that. So we're going to start with a white card. It is a common. It is Infantry Veteran. As I mentioned, all of these cards are reprints. They tell you at the bottom here they are the same set, the same collector number, the same expansion symbol. They look exactly the same as whatever set they are reprinted from, except they have this little Planeswalker icon here in the corner to indicate that this is a Mystery Booster reprint. They only use this icon for the Mystery Booster or for the list. I'm not showing up on camera here, the list. I'm using air quotes here, which is cards that can randomly appear in collector boosters, I think, which are also old reprints. Anyway, let's get into what the cards actually do. This is Infantry Veteran. This is reprinted from a dual deck. I can tell because it says DDN on here. I don't know which dual deck this is. But it's a 1 white mana for a 1/1 human soldier, and it taps for target attacking creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay, yeah, it's fine. It's 1 mana. It can pump something. It's fine. And the other white card here is Dauntless Kathar. It's a common. S-O-I. Oh, it's from Shadows over Innistrad. It's 2 and a white for a 3/2 human soldier. Pay 1 and a white. Exile Dauntless Kathar from your graveyard. and put a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. Yeah, it's fine. A 3/2 for 3 is fine. It's solid. It's sort of a standard power and toughness for its mana cost, and then once it's outlived its usefulness and it dies, you can get a flyer out of it. Isn't there like an ability that does something like that already? It's like Afterlife or something like that. Anyway, you can get it back as a 1/1 flyer for a little while and get a little extra power out of this card. It's cool. Our blue card is Cancel. This is a very commonly reprinted card. This particular printing is from Khans of Tarkir. I think that's what the KTK at the bottom is. Cancel is 1 blue, instant, counter target spell. Yep, it's a counter. These days it's hard to find counters that will counter a spell for less than 3 mana. You used to have counter spell that would do it for 2, but this has become the standard now. Is 3 mana to counter a spell. So yep, that's there you go. It's your staple counter spell. Cancel. Not much more I can say about it. Our second blue card is Whiplash Trap. This is from a dual deck. It's the DDN, so it's the same dual deck as the Infantry Veteran. 3 blue for an instant trap. If an opponent had 2 or more creatures enter the battlefield under his or her control this turn, you may pay a blue rather than pay Whiplash Trap's mana cost. Return 2 target creatures to their owner's hands. This is actually a pretty good card. I think this is a great tempo card if they're trying to get aggressive. Put down multiple creatures at once. Surprise, you've triggered my trap card. Return them all and start over. I like it. Moving into black, Demon's Grasp. 4 and a black for a sorcery from Battle for Zendikar. Target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. It's pretty reliable removal, but it is costly at 5 mana, so I don't feel it's that strong, but it'll get the job done in most cases. And we have Lawless Broker. 2 and a black. I think this is from Kaladesh. It's an Etherborn Rogue. When Lawless Broker... Oh, it's 3/2. When Lawless Broker dies, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Yeah, this is fine. This is like the Dauntless Kathar. It's a 3/2, and then when it dies, you get a 1/1 somewhere else. Sure, it's not bad. Going into the red, Frontline Rebel. This is from AER. Ether Revolt, I think. 2 and a red for a 3/3 human warrior. Frontline Rebel attacks each combat if able. Okay. I would pay 3/3 for 3, and if that was my drawback, I mean, a 3/3 for 3, if I'm getting aggressive like that, I want this to be attacking anyway, so sure, that's fine. Pricklebor. 4 and a red. I think this ORI. I think this is Magic Origins. It's 3/3, a 3/3 boar for 4 and a red. As long as it's your turn, Pricklebor gets +2/+0 and has first strike. So another one where they encourage you to attack, because if you're attacking, it's a 5/3 first striker. It's actually pretty solid. Not gonna lie, I kind of like that effect. I think it's a good card. I think this might be a better card. Penumbra Spider. MM3. Modern Masters, I think. 2 green for a 2/4 spider with reach. When Penumbra Spider dies, create a 2/4 black spider creature token with reach. So a 2/4 reach that replaces itself with another 2/4 reach. Yeah, it's a giant spider. It's the same cost and everything. It's a strictly better giant spider. It's a giant spider that dies and gives you another giant spider. Yeah, great card. Hunter's Ambush. This is from M15, Magic Core Set 2015. 2 and a green, instant, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by non-green creatures this turn. So it's a fog that does not affect green creatures. So it's an interesting combat trick. Probably effective. Your creatures stay alive, your opponents don't. Yeah. Pretty good. I think the next slot is a multicolor slot, and we have Zealous Persecution. E02. I have no idea what that means, so I can't tell you what set this is from. It's white-black instant. Until end of turn, creatures you control get +1/+1, and creatures your opponents control get -1/-1. This is actually really good. This is a great combat trick. It's just such a massive swing, especially if you got a bunch of creatures going on, or if your opponent has a lot of tokens, a lot of little 1/1s. This could just outright kill some of them. Yeah, that looks like a lot of fun. Next, I believe we have a land slot, and it's Jungle Hollow. This is from Khans of Tarkir. Land enters the battlefield tapped. When Jungle Hollow enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. Taps for a black or a green. Yep, life gain land. Mana fixing's always good. We have... I wonder if this is like a wild card slot. I'm not really sure. Next up is the Phantasmal Dragon. 2 blue for a 5/5 Dragon Illusion. I don't know what set this is from because this is older and does not have the expansion code on the bottom. It's from 2014. I think it might be a dual deck. Anyway, 2 blue for a 5/5 Dragon Illusion with flying. When Phantasmal Dragon becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. Pretty neat. I don't remember how powerful these were. If you can target it with anything, it dies. So, I mean, if your opponent doesn't have a way to target this with anything, they're in a lot of trouble. But I think that these are just too fragile to be really good. Before we get to our rare, we'll go ahead and look at our foil. In the foil slot, we have an uncommon. It is a split card called Wear and Tear, and it's a fuse. It says fuse on the bottom. You may cast one or both halves of this card from your hand. I'm not sure which set this is from. I think it's one of the Ravnica sets, one of the Return to Ravnica sets. Might even be Return to Ravnica or Gate Crash, one of those. So yeah, you can play Wear or Tear or both at the same time. Wear is an instant for 1 and a red, destroy target artifact. Tear is an instant for a white mana, destroy target enchantment. So you can pay 1 red, white, and destroy an artifact and an enchantment if you want. It doesn't matter if you do one or the other or both. This is not a strong card. Finally, that brings us to our rare. Oh, this one has a lot of words. Reality Scramble. This is from C18. Commander set, probably? Commander 2018? 2 red sorcery. Put target permanent you own on the bottom of your library. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a card that shares a card type with that permanent. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And then it has Retrace. You may cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a land card in addition to paying its other costs. So this is kind of like a gamble. It's I get rid of one of my permanents, could even be a land or something, and then basically I'm swapping it for another card that's in my library of the same type, and that will trigger leaves the battlefield, enters the battlefield abilities, and then this is repeatable by discarding lands. You can basically turn a land into a copy of this card. It's weird and wild and kind of cool. Not a high draft pick, but definitely something I would have fun trying out. I could have fun building a deck around this card, just some crazy, wacky chaos, and I can see why this was in a Commander set, because this would be a lot of fun to play in a Commander game. Anyway, what would my first pick here be? I actually don't know. Probably the Demon's Grasp, just because there's no... I mean, the Phantasmal Dragon is the closest we have to a bomb here, but I feel like it's too fragile to be a first pick. Whiplash Trap is not a bad removal, or a tempo play, but Demon's Grasp is expensive, but at least a solid removal spell, and it only requires 1 black, so it's just a splash to get into it. So if I didn't feel comfortable in that color, I could pretty easily get out of it and just splash the 1 card. Anyway, yeah, I think that might be my pick here. Zealous Persecution, also pretty good, but it's not strong enough, I feel, to commit to 2 colors as a first pick. That's my opinion. Yours may vary. That's going to be it for this mystery booster. If you liked this video, then please like this video. You can also subscribe to my channel and follow me over on Twitter at OKCoyote. That's it for today's episode of the Pack-A-Day Challenge. We just have a couple more of these left. We'll see you tomorrow with another pack. Bye-bye.